to get weird on the Nora Madonna show, if that's what it's gonna be. I don't know what we're doing yet. This is a brand new experience for the both of us, for me and for you. We're gonna figure it out together at the same time, whatever this wants to be. Welcome. It's May 27th. It's the new moon in Gemini 2025, the black year. New moons are, of course, as everybody knows from reading the back of cereal boxes, is ideal for manifesting. So I hope that you have done your manifestation, because you're probably watching this long after May 27th, 2025. Who knows with the way YouTube sticks around? You may be watching this 7 years later for no good reason. And if so, welcome. Welcome to the very first of whatever this happens to be. We're going to get weird. We're going to talk about new moon manifestations, first of all, because that's important. Every new moon is an opportunity to focus down the mind and bring it into clarity so that you can bring whatever cosmic energy is most resonant down from the heavens into your material reality. And this time around, the predominant energy is Gemini, because Sun is in Gemini and the Moon is in Gemini. They're at the same degree point on the zodiac, and that means that we are having a new moon. And you've got to be working it. You got to be working it, girl. It's time. It's time to get working it. We always have a deck of tarot handy to tell us what to think when it's necessary. The 10 of Pentacles. These falling like raindrops happen to be, of course, in the shape of the tree of life. Have you ever noticed that? Look at those pentacles. They are bringing down from the heavens down to the material world. And we get our material possessions at last, our material realizations becoming more and more dense as they leave the realm of the ideal and descend down to the material world, and we shape them with our thoughts during the process of the new moon in Gemini. Gemini is all about, it's a sort of a medium of communication and interaction within this quantum field of the cosmos itself. And remember, kids, whenever I say quantum field, it means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just a fancy way of saying diffused throughout the entirety of reality, which is what that basically is, right? Anyway, full moon, you got to get it on. That's the wrong way. I'm trying to make this look nicer, not worse, but I'm doing it in a confusing way. I'm wearing my Lovers. This is a tarot card here, and it's the Lovers because I am trying to manifest. Lovers. There are very specific correspondences between astrology and tarot, and each sign of the zodiac has its own corresponding major arcana that has resonance between the symbolism in that card and the sort of predominant energies of that sign. And the arcana for the Texar major arcana for Gemini is the Lovers, which I have here around my neck. I am wearing that right now because I am a lover and not a fighter, and I'm also trying to get somewhere, in my own love life. Let's manifest something brand new for myself. Why don't we? You're hearing the squeakiest chair in the universe, which I have saved for 12 years of my life because I love it so much. But it is completely worthless as something to have around when you're trying to make a TV show on YouTube. I don't know what to tell you. I like it though. It's very comfy. It's completely impractical. It's really just a bar stool. All right. Gemini is about the interaction between things in our reality. And we can symbolize that as a duality, communicating back and forth to one another. Two beings. They call them the twins in Gemini. And if you look at the sign of the Gemini, the actual symbol, I can't write on the screen. But if you look at the actual, go look at it. If you go look at the symbol for Gemini, which is like a curve with two little bars and then a curve again, it's duality, dual nature. And between dual natures, there is communication. You can think of it in this way. The procession of the zodiac begins in Aries, symbolically. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries represents a sort of monad of individuality, itself, of itself. I am that I am. It is the essential being that begins creation. It is the process of individuation. Gemini, on the other hand, is the continuation of that process. It's multiplicity into duality and beyond. And once you have a duality, you begin a communication between those things. But even the singular, in our human state of consciousness, we are capable of having an inner dialogue with ourselves. And Gemini also represents this sort of energy. So along comes the new moon. And it says, here we are. We are ready to begin something new, are we not? And you go, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. If you're paying attention, you might just be watching Disney Plus or something. But if you're paying attention, you will know that it's time to manifest something new. Full moons, new. I'm sorry, new moons, new. Full moons, release. New moons, manifest. Full moons, release. Remember that. It's very simple. It's very easy. Don't be trying to manifest on some full moon. Don't be like that little mouse from the Mouse movie from a long time ago. This is the part. This is going to be one of those parts where we edit because I am trying to remember. Somewhere out there, beneath the great blue sky. Oh my God. Feifel. That little mouse. There's a scene in this old 80s animation where this little mouse is singing to the moon, to the full moon, and he's pining for his little mouse lady who lives somewhere else. And he's trying to make a wish upon the moon to be together. But new moons, full moons, are not the time to be wishing. Don't be looking up and pining for your lady love in the face of the full moon, because its brightness will overpower your potence of creation. Symbolically. I'm not talking in any realistic thing. It's all a symbolic universe. Don't take this literally. This show is for entertainment purposes only. New moons. I'm going to draw a card whenever I get stuck in the show so that we can keep moving on. Strength. New moons are the point at which we give ourselves a chance to evolve into a new state of strength, a new way of holding ourselves together, a new way of creating something in our own cosmos that can then reciprocate back onto us, a kind of abundance. And the abundance is strength itself. Strength is an abundance of capacity. And capacity comes in many forms. your material possessions are a form of your capacity, and it is okay to draw down the energies and create abundance. Create material abundance in your life. It's fine. I know you tell yourself, I was raised Catholic, so I know what it's like. You tell yourself all the time, I can't be doing this. I can't be wishing for things I don't deserve. I have to work hard and have all this stuff and be worthy of the things that I manifest, but it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. You don't have to overcomplicate things with your own human emotions about guilt and shame. Those things are put into you by ideological institutions that want to control your mind. All right? I'm just saying. I just want to free you from that capacity. I'll watch this. I'm going to pull the 8 of Swords. No, I pulled Justice, which is fair. Let's talk about that. That's the same thing in a certain way. Justice is about the energy that you get back. That's the energy that you put out there. I'll say that again. What you are getting back in your life is the energy that you are putting out there in the first place. So, what do you want to come back to you? Wealth, abundance, joy, happiness, love, togetherness, creation, passion, intuition. Is that what you want to see coming back to you? Then you must embody that and put it forward into reality. And that is the task of manifestation. And that is what we do on new moons. We embody the energy that we wish to see. And we at least begin the process of embodying that energy. We can get there. It's easy. All you have to do is sit and imagine what that feels like. Hold it in vibration in your mind all day long. And notice, day after day after day of holding this vibration, of manifesting energy, of being the thing that you want to be most in life, and having the things that that person attracts by their nature, holding that energy day after day after day after day after day, after day after day after day after day. Imagine holding that energy continuously, even 8 hours a day. You don't have to go all day long. Just hold it. Hold it like it's your job, okay? Hold it like it's your job. And you will, over time, build a groove into the vinyl disc of the galaxy. You will start to live that feeling all the time. It'll become more and more of your nature, of your essential nature. And you will start to acquire its essence. You'll start to push out that vibration, the energy that you are now embodying. And those people who receive that vibration attune to that vibration harmonically, because harmonically that's how things work. Things in harmonic vibration attune other things to them. That's why when you put a guitar tuner to a guitar, you'll get a resonance out of the guitar. You'll get a sympathetic resonance. Your sympathetic resonance goes out into the world and affects change around you. So you must have yourself in a state of embodiment in order to be there, in order to place that resonance out into the world. It starts at the new moon. Okay? Take that energy, the symbolic energy that is placed regularly throughout our sense of time. It's placed there by the cosmos to say, hey, you can renew the self continuously, but here's a little reminder. I know you can do this every day. You can just change who you are completely right now. whenever. It doesn't matter what it is, but here's a little reminder from the universe, symbolically, that you can do this every now and again. And it's called the new moon. And it happens in particular energies to remind you of the existence of those energies so that you can focus on them. And things are also, kind of suffused throughout the quantum field, you might say. So that's how you do it. And imagine holding this energy, okay? Is what I'm trying to get at. Holding this energy for a month at a time. Imagine beginning this at the new moon and taking it to the next new moon and holding the energy of the person that you wish to be in your highest ideal. That means you have to understand who that person is and all of their characteristics and all of their manners and the way in which they behave, the way they approach the world, the things that they assume will happen to them. That's a key one. That's an important one. You must be very clear on what all these things are. Very precisely clear. And once you have absolute clarity on each item that you want to be at the start of a new moon, you can then embody all of those traits into your person and practice it for the next 30 days until the next new moon comes around. And then when that next new moon comes around, assess how you feel. Take a little audit, a spiritual audit of the last 30 days and comprehend the change in your persona and your disposition towards the world. I guarantee you it will be different if you maintained that emotional and intellectual vibration of the self for 30 days. 30 days. That's all you got to do. You got 30 days. You're going to have 30 days are going to happen to you no matter what you do. So you might as well be holding the vibration of your ideal self, your highest self. Why wouldn't you? Here's the problem that people have most often. They know the path forward. They know what it's going to be. They have it all laid out for them in their minds, inside of their intuition, inside of their unconscious state. They're getting the dream symbols. They're getting the signs. They know that it should be happening, but they are not listening. They are not moving. They are not going forward. You are not doing the work. You are instead sitting in your habitual state of self, who you were told to be very often by all these institutions that control our lives, our work, our government, our parents, our religion, our neighborhood. We have to fit ourselves into these ideological expectations that these institutions have on us. And we have to hold these beliefs of ourself in order to function inside of those institutions. And so you end up with a version of the self that is not quite totally aligned with who you are, unless you happen to have gone through and reorganized your life such that you are in total alignment with all of these things around you, which is very rare. I mean, it takes a certain... Once you have held that new moon energy, once you have held that energy of the self in its highest form for a while, and you've become that thing, those institutions, those social institutions that you find yourself in, you will start to have them fall away from you anyway, and you will have new ones come into your being that are in your alignment, because that is how alignment works. You will just find your way into your new life, because you'll be rejected by your old one. Let's get real here. You will be rejected by your old job, by your old friends, by your old family, by everyone who knew you as the old self. They're going to fall away from you. as you begin to embody the new self. That's just part of the process. Keep that in mind as you go forward. It's one of your anxieties that you no doubt have about manifesting the highest self. There are so many. People have so many anxieties about bringing forth their own abundance, their own highest state of being, their own highest evolution. There are so many non-functional anxieties that hold us back from this state because we would rather be in homeostasis, in our perfect habitual state. We'd rather be where we are comfortable. There it is. The Eight of Swords. We would rather be in a jail of our own making, bound to our own sense of residual self that we were assigned by other people. We would rather be stuck in those expectations. And why? Why? Because this gives us a sense of belonging to those old institutions, those old friends, the old family. We think, oh, we fit in here because I meet their expectations. I am meeting the expectations of my social environment, and therefore I am part of the in-group, and therefore I am safe. All I have to do is maintain this completely fake personality for the rest of my life. It'll be great. But there's a little voice speaking inside of all of us that says, please let me out. I could do so much more with this one life. I could be so much more. It's in there. It's speaking to you. I'm going to put your hand up against the screen and let us listen to that inner voice. I want you to close your eyes right now and imagine the voice inside your mind speaking to you. Speaking to you. Hey, dummy, what the hell is you doing? What do we got? All these things that are placed before us. The golden chalice is brought to us by the very ordering principles of the cosmos itself, saying, you could have it all, you could have everything, if you only just accept the cup. And you just won't do it because you'd rather be safe. You'd rather be safe in the old life. I know how it is. In order to move on, I have tea here. Hang on a second. In order for you to manifest utilizing new moon energy, you will have to, in order to manifest your new life, you must acknowledge that the further advanced you move towards your highest, most ideal, most evolved version of yourself, the further you will get from your old life, and faster it will fall away. And the more it will feel like you are dying. You are going to feel like you're dying as you move towards a new self. That is what spiritual advancement feels like. It's not a state of holy awakenedness, of some grand clarity in which you know all the secret truths of reality. Spiritual advancement feels like a continuous death. You are always in the process of dying and leaving things that you loved behind and gaining more things that you love even more, that free you. Ultimately, that is what you gain in this final stage of evolution. Things begin to free up as you move along the path, but at the final step, you are completely and totally free. You have nothing left to lose, and you cannot die in this ultimate state of the highest self. What I mean by you cannot die is that you can't die in your mind. You can sure as hell die in reality, but not in your mind. You've already died 1,000 times, and now you're at the end. And that is spiritual advancement to its pinnacle, to the complete and total highest self. So until you're prepared to actually die, until you're prepared to go there, you will still stop yourself from advancing. You will put the brakes on yourself subconsciously, unconsciously, and those unconscious brakes will manifest in your mind as anxieties. So you're going to have to figure out how to convince yourself that you're okay moving forward, losing everything, losing parts of yourself, feeling like you're dying. Tell yourself that you're ready to do that. And when you're ready, then you start to move forward. The train will start to move forward. You'll feel the as things start to get into motion. And you'll get this distinct, you'll know it's happening because you will get this distinct sense of, oh shit, here we go. Oh shit, I did it. Now I really have to do this. Now I'm really at this level. There's a no going back point in manifestation. There's always a no going back point. In every form of good storytelling, there's always a point of no return. And the point of manifestation is the point of no return. You better be ready for what's happening. Because it's not always going to feel good at first. You're going to have the way cleared out for you first. If there are obstacles in your life that are in the way, they will be cleared out in some form or another. Is there a lover in your life or someone you're in a relationship with who is no longer serving your highest good? Do you have friends who you are hanging around who are no longer serving your highest good? Is there some form of employment that is holding you back? When you decide to move forward in those manifestations and say goodbye to everything, and as you move forward into the new energy of that manifestation, it will all start to fall away very quickly. And you'll have the oh shit moment of wait, it's all going away. Now, as it begins to crumble and fall, you have the decision point of, do I stop and put it back together? Or do I allow this goddamn thing to go down so that I can come back into some new version of myself? That's the choice that you have. The new moon is your moment to think about this. To think about this entire process. And think about where in this wheel of manifestation and destruction and rebirth do you want to place yourself? The wheel, just like the zodiac. The wheel. You must take action, because manifestation is both vibration and action. But the vibration causes the action. The vibration causes the action. And if you are in the right frame of mind, continuously, you will move forward into battle with reality, and you will slay without even knowing it. It'll just start to happen. People may fall dead around you in this battle for yourself. But one day, you will wake up and realize you are the victor. You have won, and you have earned your stripes. And now, the spoils of war come to you. Reality is a tough place. You gotta toughen up. You gotta toughen up out there. All right. The next new moon is, I don't know the date. I could look it up. Let's look it up. The next new moon is going to be in Sagittarius. Probably in about 28 days. would be my guess. I wish you could see this. This is going to be a big deal coming up. This next new moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter as it moves into Cancer. And Jupiter is going to bring this brand new expansive energy to Cancer. And what is Cancer? Cancer is looking for a safe space in which it can be authentic. And Jupiter is going to come in, and it's going to take that safe space that you have, this little tiny safe space, and it's going to open her up nice and big. It's going to open her up nice and big so you can reach right in there and grab whatever makes you happiest and feel your most authentic and truest self, because your zone of safety will be expanding as Jupiter moves into Cancer. And early in the month, in June, late in the month, in June, around the 24th, we will be having this conjunction of the Jupiter transit there on the new moon. So that'll be an extraordinarily expansive time to be manifesting new things, a new safety space, a new sense of the authentic self that can define its own safety in the world. That'll be an exciting new moon, and we'll talk about it later because I'm just running out of time on the Nora Madonna show. I'm Nora Madonna. I'm your host. Join us next time for whatever this was.